Right on. Dude, thanks for coming back on, Cory. I really appreciate it, bro. I'm looking forward to it, and I think last time was like I wrote down the date. It was like August something, 2019.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Almost 5 years to the month, dude.
How many podcasts you at now?
Oh, like this would be like 153 or 4, I think.
It's
Yeah.
almost like
You weren't even in the 10.
almost 150 podcasts ago.
Yeah, dude. Actually.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go, dude.
Let's go.
It's cool.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
It's just been moving on forward for you.
Yeah, it seems like it. Eh? It's weird. Like there's been opportunities that have come from it that I was like, I just thought of this thing one day and was like, it's fun, easy, cheap way to make friends, I think.
It's cool to see how your podcast evolved
Yeah?
from day one to where it's at now.
Dude, this is way better than where it was.
Yeah, the setup is really nice.
Yeah, it's not the fucking
But it's the
university.
conversations that you're having and the questions that you're asking.
Thanks, man.
I found that you're getting better, and then the questions that you're asking are probably like more meaningful for some certain people, because you get to know them on a different level too, and it's not just like randoms that you bring on, but it's also friends, and then you know them out of the outside, right? So it's pretty
Fucking
cool.
sick,
It's
dude.
pretty cool,
Thanks,
man.
bro. I appreciate it. What have you been doing since 2019, dude? This is crazy. There's been a lot. Like you've changed jobs, moved, gym selling, working, licenses. You were a white belt when you were on last time. Now you're purple belt. Like it was truly sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done quite a few things, man. Take us through it.
Yeah, it's been a ride. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that. It's been a ride for the past few years. From moving out of the apartment that I was living in for, I think it was like 12 or 13 years, to buying our house.
Yeah.
And that's a big milestone in life, right? You buy your house, and it's fun, it's exciting. Training wise, to keep up with it, because the blue belt curse, a lot of people give up.
Yeah.
Staying consistently with it. What helps with that is also friends.
Yeah.
The group that you surround yourself with is what drives you further. From their success comes your success, and then it just snowballs, right?
Right.
And everything you see. And then also injuries.
Yeah.
Life-changing injuries.
Epic.
That was probably the most scariest time in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic. We'll get to that in the next little bit. But backing it up, I want to know, why do you think? So we got our blue belts same day, same time. Sick. 2020, baby. Great year. Just the best, eh? Like we were talking
It was
before.
good. We were just like so naive to
Just going
everything.
into
We're
it.
like,
Oh, dude, it was crazy.
it was fun.
But we managed, and we powered through the craziness of it. And yeah, why do you think blue belts quit, or people quit once they've gotten their blue belt? Specifically with jiu-jitsu. I don't know about.
I want
other
to say
stuff, but
probably
what do you reckon?
because when you're a white belt, you're chasing this something, right? And it was okay to fail constantly.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I failed. I'm a white belt.
Yeah.
Oh, I got put away. I'm a white belt.
Yeah.
But now when you become a blue belt, you're trying to chase higher levels.
Mm.
And then when you do get put away by a white belt, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't believe this is happening. So a lot of them, I want to say, probably has to do with injury. I don't want to say loss of motivation, but lack of dedication is probably the
Interesting.
thing.
Yeah, it's a
I
good way
wanna
to put
say.
it.
Like, dedication is a lot. It's better than motivate. Like, because motivation, you can put a song on. And that'll motivate you.
Yeah.
But dedication is very hard, because like that's like what drags you out of that bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes you drive to the gym. It's what makes you take the ass kickings and keep coming back.
Right.
It's what builds success.
Yeah.
Is the showing up every single day. And then I feel like people lose that fuel, that fire. When they get to that blue belt level, they're like, yeah, okay, I achieved it. I'm this.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, I heard somebody once said, once you reach a blue belt, you're a legit jiu-jitsu practitioner, right?
Right.
So you solidify yourself, like you start to understand jiu-jitsu.
You're not really a beginner per se.
I feel like when people
still
reaches that belt level, they're like, okay, I did it. Now let's go do other things.
Like that's the top of the mountain for what they think.
Some people.
Yeah. Interesting. Do you chase in that? Do you chase the development of the skill? Like, why are you still training after almost, like, 7 years? 6, 7?
Yeah, going on 7 years,
Give
a
or-
little over
give or
7 years now. I chase. It's not okay for me to be like regular.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
people are like, when they reach a certain things, they're like, "Hey, it's." It's scary to say, but I don't want to be average.
Yeah.
So to constantly keep chasing it is, I don't know. It's like it's probably, I don't want to say it's an addiction, but like it's more like you're constantly chasing something that you can't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just want to be so good at it, but then who tells you you're good,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's on yourself.
It's like results, it's you, it's other people. Like the validation's a lot of external. It's very external, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm curious in that. Do you think too why people like quit is because it's more of an, because I found this with me, is it's more of an expectation that they have of themselves once they become
Yeah.
a blue belt,
Yeah.
right?
That's probably most likely.
Yeah.
They set the bar so high that they can't even reach it themselves,
Mhm.
and then they just end up like giving up.
Yeah.
More like I'm trying to take it day by day. Like I
Right.
told you before, like my week
Yeah.
starts on Sunday.
Yeah. Crazy.
It doesn't start on Monday. My week starts on Sundays.
Mhm.
So like to get off the week off the right foot. Like most people are like, oh, I'll wait till Monday, or I'll dieting. Oh, I'll wait till Monday,
Yeah.
or I'll wait till the week after.
Start. Yeah.
Start. And move forward from there.
Sick.
I take it day by day. I don't take it like, oh, it's gonna take me 8 years to get that black belt.
Yeah.
No. Tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Today.
Yeah.
I live it day by day by day by day. And
What
this
did- yeah.
changed once I had the accident. Right?
Let's dive into that then. You had what was crazy about yours is there was a few things so that played a factor, but I'll let you explain what those are if you want. But what I gather was, from my point of view, what happened was the next day was like, hey, Mitch goes, hey, did you talk to Cory? And I'm like a couple days ago, like, what's up? And he was like, oh, well, he had a stroke. And then that was the end of the conversation. And I was like,
Yeah.
are you alive?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What can we do? Man, take us through from your perspective. You mentioned it briefly in the past to me, but like take us through the thick of it. How long was it?
COVID's done.
Yeah.
Right? So we didn't compete much throughout COVID.
No, couldn't.
So through that blue belt level, only competed a handful of times. Purple belt. Yeah, it's time. You know?
Sick.
Now you're in the middle of the pack here. You're in the middle of the heat. Everybody's like, stuff is starting to ramp up. You're in a higher level, technique-wise, rolling-wise. How you approach your game is now different too.
Way different.
You're higher level. You're understanding a lot more things now. You're seeing the game almost from like outside looking in.
Mm-hmm. A little
Okay?
bit. Yeah, a little bit.
So your theories on how I'm gonna train are different now. So it was October 13th, Thanksgiving Day. So we're ramping up for Sunday, right?
Yeah.
The following Sunday after that, it's a big tournament. I think it's like the biggest tournament in Canada. It's
Oh yeah, it was for the Open, yeah.
Ontario
right.
Open's Nogi.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first time I competed as a purple belt.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Right, yeah, because I was still a blue belt on it.
and then now I started packing on a lot of weight also because I was going to go and compete in the heavyweight division.
Hell yeah.
So I think I was like 205. I started packing on some serious meat. And then from there, I was practicing all week this type of defense. It was the guillotine defense.
Yeah.
And because I looked up some of my opponents, and then I was like, "Oh, because you can see their subs, right? You can
Yeah.
see what they do."
Mm.
So now I'm looking at these opponents, and a lot of them are like guillotines, 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 guillotines. So I'm like, "Okay, they're gonna hit me with something. If I do this mistake, they're gonna hit me with this."
Right.
So now I'm training this type of defense. And I guess I was just repetitively just doing over and over and over again until I didn't notice that I tore an artery into my neck when I did it.
Mm.
So on the mats that day, I remember like something hit just a little bit, and I remember who I was training with.
Yeah.
And super great guy. No malicious thing ever
course
happened
not,
for
yeah.
me to do this. It's weird because it's like a freak accident is how the doctors explained to it. It was like, generally it doesn't happen to anybody in your sport, because if it would, we'd see a lot more people with these type of injuries.
Yeah, countless.
Yeah. So I remember finishing my round. I sat on the side of the round. I remember looking over at Ange, and I was like, man, I feel tired. Like, I feel like yawning tired. Not like muscle fatigue, but like tired, like brain foggy.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I'm done. So I go and I shower up, and then I go home, and then my wife has supper on the table, and then now it's Thanksgiving, and I come to eat, and then my arm dropped, and there was zero control of it. No saggy face, but then my eye got milky. I couldn't see anything, and she's sitting across from me, and then I was like, I was trying to say something, but it was so weird. It's like I can yell in my head, but it wasn't coming out of my mouth.
That's weird.
So I was like, it's almost like you're
Something's
trapped,
not
like,
connecting,
right?
yeah.
It's like disconnection, and you're like, I can understand what I'm saying in my head. I'm like, why is this not coming out of my mouth? So about a minute or two goes by, and everything goes back to normal. And I was like, holy shit, like, yo, what was that? And then she grabbed her phone immediately, and she starts looking it up.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yo, man, I think you had a stroke. I'm like, no way, man, I'm too young. There's no way I had a stroke. So I decided, I'm like, man, I just need to rest. There's no way it was that. Not thinking that's exactly what it was.
Right.
So I decided I'd go to bed that night. Didn't go to the hospital. Go to work the following day. And at work now I'm seeing some stuff through my eye that's not right. I'm like, yo, like there's an effect here. Like a backlash effect of what just happened yesterday.
Yeah, what's going on?
And it's the day after. Now I'm like, okay, now I'm questioning things. So I'm like, okay, now I really need to go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital that day with her. I go through the emerge, and then they're like, yeah, man, we think that something happened to your neck. We got to CAT scan you. So when they CAT scanned me right away, they're like, you tore an artery into your neck.
Ah, stop.
And then I didn't know that your arteries have layers to them.
Really?
Yeah. So you got your outer layer, your inside layer, and I think like a third layer or something like that they were trying to explain to me.
Sure, yeah.
So it's the flap on the inside that I tore. It wasn't the whole entire thing. It didn't rupture open.
Nice.
So it was a flap on the inside, and then the flap blocked the artery for that fraction of a second, and then opened back up and kind of like sealed itself open back after. So in that time, I didn't know. Your body's an amazing thing, man.
Yeah.
So my body instantly started making blood clots to try to fix the hole that it thinks it has. So now these blood clots reach my brain, and what caused the stroke.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like it was
Interesting.
weird because it was like it happened for a fraction of a second when it was happening.
Yeah.
But it felt an eternity when it was happening. It was weird. It was almost like time slowed right down.
Yeah.
Like to nothing, and then I can just like everything was like eye milky, the drop of the arm, everything. I was like, yo, man, this is like a weird dream. That's what it felt like a weird dream. Till I came back to.
Yeah.
And then from there, that's when they diagnosed me with, yo, you got a torn artery. You're gonna need to be on blood thinners. There's a big chance that we might have to put a stint in if it doesn't heal by itself.
Right.
And that's the route that the doctor chose to go. We're gonna try to let it heal by itself, and let's not put anything in any foreign thing inside your body.
Nice. Yeah.
And I'm glad we chose that route.
Yeah.
Number one, because it did heal. It healed really good.
Yeah.
And then I was out before going back on the mats full time, like full big rolls, probably I want to say about 6 to 7 months almost.
Yeah.
Almost full rolls. I was cheating training here and there in between there when I came back, but yeah. It's the mental game though after. Like when an athlete suffers something like that, it's weird.
How soon into the treatment process of it were the doctors like, because you had to get a second opinion, you're like, listen, man,
so the very first one was like, hey man, you're done, whatever you're doing, you're done.
How soon into
and
like
I was
the
like,
treatment
really?
was that?
Like, I'm done like I can't wrestle no more, I can't do jits no more. I'm like, yo, you just spent 7 years of your life every single day training and trying to get better and chasing this thing that you truly love. Right? Because I'm super passionate about it. I
see what you can do.
I love jiu-jitsu. I love wrestling. I love like the commodity that comes with it. It's not just the training itself, but it's the people that I surround myself with every single day. Those people, you know, like when they're like, "Hey, you're done." So now you're trying to, in your mind, you're already making that separation from, oh shit, like now you're panicking a little because now you're like, okay, I won't be able to do that no more. I won't be able to hang with the boys. Life is going to change. It's going to be different. These guys are going to, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're like, how is life going to, like, how, it was just weird. I
What do I do
questioned a
instead?
lot of things that day
Yeah.
in the hospital after he told me that. The following day, the surgeon came in, or the young guy, and then he was talking to me about like, hey man, I'll give you a couple options. Option number one is we put you on these blood thinners for the next little while, and then we see if it heals itself, and if it does, then we don't have to do anything, and if it doesn't, then I have to do something, and then we'll talk about if you're out. And then I asked him, I says, am I out? And then he said, do you want to be out? And I said, no. He says, then big chance you're coming back, man.
Sick. It's
Says,
easy.
let's see if, take it day by day. Let's see if it heals.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah. Says, don't panic. He says, time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the biggest thing, is to not the unknown. Right?
Yeah.
The time, you don't know.
No.
You know, and then it's just putting in the time, healing, doing things properly, not, because some people would have just took that and been like, okay, I give up, I'm done.
Yeah. Very easy to
It's
do
a
that.
much easier thing. Your mind's it's weird. Your mind tries to play games against you all day, every day. It's weird how your mind works, right?
Mm.
So your mind's it's easier to give up than to push forward when you're struggling. And then your mind's your worst enemy. It'll take over your thoughts, it'll control you. Like, it'll be like, hey man, you're done. You know, you might as well not go back, you know, stop training. You know, what are you gonna do? You might as well just like go to work every day, live an average life, or live, you know, or however. And then from there, that's when I was like, Monkey came and visited me.
Yeah.
And that was a huge thing for me. That's what was pulling me through. So the first 5 days I was in that hospital, like, I had Mitch and the crew show up and visit me, and then you messaged me right away. You were keeping in tabs with me every day, and you're like, hey bro, like, you know, just take it day by day.
Yeah.
So these things is what helped me not fall into the dark side, like the dark spot in life.
The thing that went through my head was, I was like, he'll let me know if he needs anything specific from me, but I'm like, I need to treat it, and I could be in the wrong for this, but my thought was, I need to treat him as though this didn't happen and nothing changed. Because the biggest thing would be if I looked at you as like I feel sorry for you.
So that's what I didn't
like,
want. I didn't want people to feel sorry over that, because then it changes the way you think. Like, if somebody feels sorry for you, it means
hurts.
you got it. Yeah, it hurts. You know, like, it feels like you let them down. There's disappointment there. It attaches itself with like ongoing thoughts of like, yo man, you know, like, I wasn't good enough. I'm letting the team down. I'm not there. But having like, and once again, it comes back to that commodity of training, the guys that we have on our mats, how solid we are. It's not just solid on the mats, it's solid also in life, giving you like life, like lessons, like you're guiding your homeboys, like it's like, okay man, you know, don't you'll be back, right? Like, the doctor says you're good, you know, just take it day by day, man, you'll be back. He's like, you're strong, you're in good health already. It could have not happened to a better person than you, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, you know, like, you're gonna be back, man. Just trust me on this, take time, we'll work through this, you know, like, we're there for you. Like, if you get into those dark thoughts, just come and hang at the gym, man. Just come, show up, put the time in, come and see the people that, you know, that surrounded you, that pushes you, that makes you great. Be around those people in dark times. And you need those people more than you know.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird to say, like, that would have been like a finish, you're done. A life-ending career injury, like, you're not moving forward into the sport no more, you're done. Think about something else. And it's the people that I surrounded myself with that drove me to stay in their sport.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And yeah, it was
hard.
Messaging you leading up to the tournament, still being like, hey man, these are the things, or like after having like competed and like placed third, was like, hey, this is like what we got to work on, this is the thing, like researching is like these, and still, and then going to Ottawa in November for like Canadian Easterns, was like, hey, messaging you about it, be like, dude, because of this, or like, yo, thanks for all the footlock work, because if you weren't showing me that, and Monkey wasn't showing me that, and Troy wasn't showing me that, I wouldn't have finished the guys with this. I wouldn't have been able to defend when people were doing it to me. I was like, there were like things we were doing was working. I was like, I need to treat it as if you were like you still had the value, because I was like, his brain's still there. He still knows what he wants to say and do. He just has to take it easy on his neck, right, for blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call him before, call him after, touch base with him during, and not even about be like, yo, bro, this is what I'm dealing with. What do you think I need to work at? Or yo, you got, okay, sweet, okay, let's apply this here. Let's go through it this way. It's like almost use like a coach at that point. I was like, yeah, I need like extra bit of like, hey man, look at this or look at this. And I was like, Cory, next year you're gonna fuck these guys up, man. I was watching them. They don't have it. Their hunger wasn't there. I was like, their techniques were like sloppy. I was like, you're way more technical than them. Next year you'll get them. You'll light them up. I was watching your bracket because they called your name, and that's when I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I watched it. I was like, you got these motherfuckers, man.
I couldn't pull out of it. I couldn't,
No.
you know. So when
Yeah.
my name got announced and everything, and then you're like, "Yo, man, I heard your name that date there too." I was like, "Do you know what, man? I'll be back. 1,000%. I'll be back.
I was like, man,
this
see
is
them,
not
man.
going to deter me. This is not going to keep me down. This is not gonna. I'm not gonna let the mental game sink in, because depression happens so fast.
Yeah.
Like if you can let it sink in, it'll take over. It's not just your mindset, also it's physical.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're mentally weak, you're gonna start diverting off of what you're like. You know, your diet plans, you start diverting off of
Yeah.
these things because you're like, you know, I'm done with it. And it's like, and it's just to get back to it. Like I said, it's the team you surround yourself with. It's the people you surround yourself with every single day. You want to succeed. Don't be the strongest guy in the room, man. Surround yourself with better people. You want to be better financially, surround yourself with people that are richer than you.
Yeah.
You want to be these people, you know,
Works.
like if you're always the top dog in the room, what are you learning?
Small room, yeah. It's tough.
Always surround yourself with better, greater people that can teach you things every single day. So this was a big thing for me to get out and to be back on the mats. And then that gave me a new perspective in life too. Like I'm not mentally easily broken now at the stage that I am in my life. Like when an obstacle presents itself, it's not crushing me mentally anymore.
Yeah.
I just take my time with it, and then you can work your way through. And then this is what that accident showed me. Like every day I wake up and I'm blessed to wake up. You know? Like I'm like, yeah, another day. I get to hang with the homeboys. I get to train.
Yeah.
Another day I get to go to work.
Yeah.
Get to see the girl I love a lot. You know, like it's every day I spend time with her. You know, and then in my relationship also, I find now my relationship now is probably even stronger than what it was before with her.
Interesting.
Because like, like, you know, we grew up like from young to now. I've been with her for what, 14 years.
Yeah, wow, now.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
She's my rock, bro.
Hell yeah.
This girl brought me all the way through, thick and thin, and she was with me throughout the whole time. And then when she heard the bad news, it was late. I called her. I was like, hey, man.
Oh, she was at home. You were at the hospital?
Yeah. I was like, hey, man, I'm not coming back. It's not going to be good. You know,
Yeah,
this
not
and
great.
this and this and this. And then the first thing she said is, don't panic. Breathe. And I'll see you tomorrow, baby.
Hell yeah.
That was it. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's easy.
We're gonna take this day by day.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you just got beaten, you know?
Yeah.
Breathe.
She said what you would have said to yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Breathe, man. You're not beaten.
Huge.
You know, you might have lost this round,
Whoa,
but you're
yeah.
not done. The fight's not done,
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of where she mentally made me strong there right off the hop. I was like, all right, she didn't
sick.
give up. You know,
Yeah.
she already knows, like, we're
Yeah.
not done.
Ah, that's awesome.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's what helped me drive through and all that. And then everybody, like I said, everybody that was around me, yourself, Monkey, Mitch, Troy, all the great people that surround me every day that makes me great. Like Etch, it was like Etch reached out. It was like, hey man, you know, you're coming out, come and visit, drop by.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If anybody was in your shoes, they experienced something that caught them off guard, whether it be like in their sports or their career, and they were told, no, can't do it. If they were telling somebody, knowing now what you know, having been through it and coming out on the other side stronger, what would you tell them? You've kind of touched on a few things, but I'm curious what would you kind of say to like round that out?
When it's dark, this is how I'm going to say it. When it's dark in your life and it's easy to just lay down and quit, that's the devil whispering in your ear, my friend. And when you can push through and thrive through and show people that you're not a quitter and you see the light at the end, that's God talking to you, my friend.
Jesus. Yeah.
So not having anybody to, not listening to those dark thoughts so much, I'm not playing the devil's game. I'm moving forward, and I care about life, you know? I want to live. It's not.
Yeah.
So don't give up. So my point to everybody is your body's an amazing machine, number one, that it repairs itself.
Yeah.
And giving up is not really an option, man. You don't want to be average. You always want to be a better version of yourself every single day. So giving up is not a thing that we think. It's not part of our vocabulary, especially where we're from. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't give up for nobody.
No kidding.
There's always fight till the last second. Till that bell rings, man, you're fighting.
What's crazy about that is you strike me as like I want it, I'm gonna go get it, or I want to do this, or I want this thing, or I want to achieve X, I'm gonna go do it. And the biggest thing too, and I've told you this, but I want to say it on the show, is when I wanted to do my PAL, right? And so I was like, I wanna learn this skill, and it's a cool thing to learn, and I wanna like own guns. I wanna shoot them. I wanna see like what they're all about and learn, because there's a lot of like anything that's such a finite details to them to like progress, like even breathing and seeing like a red dot go up and down, going like, oh, it's not just aim, shoot, hope for the best, right? It's like there's such specific details that require you to be just like fractions of a bit better than you were last time. And I think what's crazy is, to your point of, oh, I wanted this, I'm gonna go do it, was I sent out 8 links to do the Canadian Firearm Safety course. You, 7 other people. Everybody had an issue or something conflicted, except you. And it was just like, yeah, we'll see, and then, oh, it didn't end up working out, or like, hey, bro, it worked out, sweet, send me the link, it worked great. No, it was, I sent you the link, you're like, bro, send me that link. I send you the link, I get a photo 5 minutes later. Not even. And it's an email that you had paid and confirmed your spot. And I was like, this is the most gangster thing I've fucking seen in a long time. Because I was like, there's like 8 people that received the link and was like, the date, or like, the money, or like, scheduling, or I don't know if I can get the time off work. Not you, bro. Not you, no chance. You're like, yeah, man, I want to do it. You send me the link. And then send you the link. You're like, all right, cool, sounds good. And then registered, showed up, did it. Ridiculous. So, by the way, I did well. I think I would have done worse in that course. I would have passed if I was by myself or had anybody else, but I did as well. I did like just shy of perfect because you were there. I just got better understanding for the weapons, better understanding for like the little details. And yeah, so I appreciate you doing that and being there. It was awesome.
When
Sick
you
as it
want
gets.
something in life, yeah,
Sick as it gets.
you have to make time to want it.
Yeah.
You're really gonna want it.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes from jits to gun shooting to owning your firearm license to driving. You really want that?
It was with everything.
You will make time to get it. So it's just...
It wasn't put off.
Yeah, it wasn't put off. It was like, it wasn't like I really wanted it. Like it's something that I was chasing and I wanted it, and I was like, next time I get a chance to go to this course, I gotta go and do it, and so on. And then like as soon you said like, hey man, I'm taking this course, I'm like, there's no time better than right now, because Glenn's taking it, so I'm gonna go in there with Glenn.
It's perfect.
And then right away too, going into the course, like if it wasn't for my dad's a big part of my life.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So like my dad's like to me, he's like a superhero, right? That's a guy that I looked up through my whole life, how he handled himself through life, how he raised his 5 kids, how he like from the farm to, my dad like inspired me in all aspects of life. Like there's no harder working person that I've ever met in my life than my dad. Mm-hmm. Like my dad is like the unstoppable, my guy.
Just doesn't stop.
My dad is like, to me, he's like number 1, right?
Hell yeah.
Like there's nobody like in male figure, like
Yeah.
he was the perfect male figure in my life. And then now, because of the way he taught us with guns, right? So like my dad taught us like gun etiquette very young.
Yeah, you're saying like
Like-
9 years old type stuff.
Yeah, like I know when my force 410, like I think I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Jeez, yeah.
So like my dad was like, everything was like he taught us like, this is how you clean your guns. This is how you,
Yeah.
you know, this is how you point your gun. You walk through. You got other people that you got to take care of. You gotta pay attention to this. So like it was like gun course right from very young.
Yeah.
And then the questions that we asked him, and then we went hunting with him, and then through that he taught us about the bush, and then like, so like for me to go and get the gun license with you is just
Yeah.
like, it was just like, yeah, okay. Like,
That's sick.
this is instilled by
Yeah.
him to me, and then I can teach you, and I
Yeah.
can, you know, so the knowledge of my dad passes on not just to his sons, but
Yeah.
to other people, to friendship, through,
Yeah.
right? So like
That was
that's-
crazy, man, to see how, like, even the instructors, like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, go ahead, you know, just go through the motions of it, just, you know, you're, like, showing everybody, man, it was cool, because it was basically, like, there was 2 instructors for me showing me how to operate, and I was like, ha, hilarious.
At the end of the course, when
Like,
I
this is
did
sick.
the written, I got
Yeah.
100 on it,
Yeah.
and then I handed it to him, and he's like, and then I go in the back, and then he's like,
Yeah.
just pick a gun, whatever, which one.
Yeah, it's like,
Pick a gun, and then we're doing this. And then as I was flowing through the motions, he was like, I can tell you've been around a lot of guns in your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks to my dad. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, it's just weird how, like, when you grew up on a farm, it's different than city life a whole lot.
oh, I can imagine.
Because, like, city, you have your friends, your neighbors,
Yeah.
your, on a farm, bro, there's just you, your dad, and your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the closest neighbor
Yeah.
was, like, probably 20 miles, 30 miles away.
Jeez.
That's the closest neighbor to us, and
Yeah.
when we were on the farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, from there, it was like you're learning
Yeah.
a different thing that other kids didn't have the opportunity. And I wish every other kid would have had the opportunity that I had, because
Yeah.
some of them would be a little different today,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
The work ethic, the
Different
learning
appreciation
everything,
for certain
different
things,
appreciation on
yeah.
life, right? So like,
For sure.
I'm not saying I would have not learned stuff from the city.
Sure.
I would have learned a lot of stuff, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But just the genuine country life,
Mm-hmm.
can't
It's
beat it.
simpler, more appreciation for things. And I think people get it misconstrued when I say simpler. I don't necessarily mean that in like a simple, easy. I think those are 2 words for separate words for a reason. But simpler as in you have more, you're not as rushed. There's less anxious energy around you. You're able to kind of appreciate smaller things more.
Slow it down, and
Slow it down,
loving
learn,
life, learning,
love it more.
asking questions, because
Yeah,
some
man.
people are such in a rush they don't feel like they can ask questions because they
Yeah.
just don't got that kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're growing into the country life kind of way, you just have that time,
Yeah.
right? You can ask your questions, you can ask, and then the knowledge is just handed down to you
Mm-hmm.
from his father to now me to my son
Yeah.
to my
Like friends, stuff like
to
that.
friends. And
What I want to know, because I think it's a good way to segue to this. I've asked a few times to very specific guests, but I want to ask you, what are skills you think that young men now, like 17, 18 to like 22, 23, need to be developing like yesterday? Like very important skills that you think like young men specifically need to be able to like know how to do. To be able to hit, like check all the boxes of protect, provide, not be like crazy, like, you know, people that contribute.
Like, number one skill,
Yeah. What's up there?
having control of your own mind and not letting everything take over it. That's a hard skill to. Loving yourself, understanding who you are. You know? It's not just necessarily like, oh, you gotta be like a carpenter, you gotta be. No, it's like, mentally be strong,
Yeah.
be kind to other people, because I truly believe in karma.
Mm-hmm.
Karma is a huge thing, my friend.
Yeah.
So like, be kind to people, man. Because what you put out will come back to you 10
Yeah.
times full. So if you put out just nastiness every day, day in, day out, like somebody talks to you and they're like, "Hey, good morning," and it's like, "What's so fucking good about it?" Right? So you're
Yeah.
putting out bad vibes right off the hop
Yeah.
because you're not comfortable in your own damn skin.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to make everybody else feel what you're feeling.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So like being okay with yourself. That's the biggest thing, because a lot of people are not okay with themselves. They always seem to wanted to make somebody else happy other than themselves, which is a weird thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you're constantly trying to please other people's doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like you're changing and altering yourself to what you think other people want you to be.
It's weird to say this.
Yeah.
It's I don't hit this on top of it all the time, but like,
Sure.
I played hockey when I grew up, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like hockey a whole lot. Like, playing it, like, I love watching it.
Yeah.
I love.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but like, it's not something that I wanted.
Right.
Right? It's more like every parent is like, you're playing hockey because
Yeah.
it's a Canadian thing to do.
Right.
But it's not. Not every kid wants to play it. Just like jiu-jitsu,
I
not
see.
everybody wants to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Not
Crazy,
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Interesting. Yeah, because I'll try to understand, but I still am like, what do you mean you don't want to do it? I can't, and I can only imagine that's how those parents are feeling when they're like, what do you mean, son? You don't want to play hockey? But every Canadian plays hockey. It's a staple of our country. You
so
know?
like, touching back on like
Yeah.
on
The skill
like, what
sets,
can I
yeah.
say to people? You're not always gonna you're not always gonna do something that you're gonna like doing.
Mm.
But the experience of doing other things, being outside your shell,
Yeah.
is going to teach you in life.
Right. You think that'll help? That helps with your like the mental fortitude that
Yeah,
you're talking
try to
about.
be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Don't always
It's just
just
exposing yourself
shelter
to
yourself. Yeah, don't always be a dick. Don't always, be kind to people. Talk to people. Try different things. Try to figure out who you are as a young dude. To all the young guys in the 17, 15 years old, try to do everything. Try different things.
Yeah.
And then you'll find yourself.
See what you like to do and just.
You're eventually going to discover something that you're truly passionate about. Like, some people are like, yo man, I'm an awesome welder, I've always loved doing it, or I'm a carpenter of some sort, or this guy loves to play guitar. Try to do everything, man. Try everything. Don't be so close-minded to, I'm not going to be good at it, or people are going to make fun of me. You're not out here to impress anybody. You're out here to do for you,
Right.
not anybody else.
What's interesting too with that, dude, I find is if somebody pushes you to do something and it's starting something new, you're always going to suck at it, right? And every time, like, we teach the odd person, like beginner, brand new, fresh as a daisy, like any grappling stuff, and they're just like, they just do not piece it together. But then eventually you see them do it, and you see how much pride they have in that they've achieved this like small little thing that you're like, we spent 6 months on. I hope you can get this. But it's simple for you because you can understand concepts. But now, even looking back on myself as a white belt, it would take me a while to understand techniques. And now it's like I can see them twice and then maybe do them 80% successfully on the first couple tries instead of 12% successfully. Or like, all right, guys, and break. Get yourself a partner and drill it out. And I'm like, top or bottom? I'm like, I'll be bottom because I don't know what it is, so I want them to do it to me, so then I can let them fuck up first. Then I'll try it. Now it's a bit different. Now it's like, okay, I'm in the role where I know this a bit better than the person if they're newer or more of a beginner, and I can kind of show them, work my way through it, get to that a bit more successful technique, bring that from 80 to maybe like 85, 90, and then show the person, and then maybe instead of them starting at 10, 20% success with it from in the beginning, so now they're like 40, 50, and that can build. And then that's when, like, you ask the professors and coaches, be like, hey, let's bring this up, right? So I think that comes into it.
The thing I like a lot about the new people that come into the club,
Yeah.
because as you said it, as a white belt, new people, the thing that gets to me now is when they come into the club and they have high expectations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They think they're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. And then when they roll with somebody that's been training for a long time, they're like, you literally make me feel like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like I'm rolling my dad or I'm rolling my bigger brother, and you make me feel helpless. And then after they stick around for a while, and then they start discovering, I can do these things. Like Dev, for example.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
So when I first started rolling with Dev, which I love rolling with this guy.
Yeah.
I first rolled with Dev. It was like he had no idea.
Oh God, no.
He was like a deer in a headlight every
Yeah.
time you rolled him. He was like, oh my God, like I'm just gonna get mangled. This is not fun. But now the question that he's asking are a little bit more technical, and I can see where
Yeah.
his brain's at.
Yeah.
Where how he's thinking, how he's moving. Now he's like, yo man, if I do this or this, can I get to this position?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, man,
Yeah.
great question. Yeah, I'm liking
Okay.
this. So like now I have my good buddy you met.
Yeah.
So as a work colleague, that's how the friendship started, right? It was like we met each other at work, and I was like, hey, man, this kid he's smart.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Level-headed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very level-headed. He's, you know, he owns his own house. He's
Yeah.
got nice cars. He's a very intelligent kid. You know, and he's not even a kid. He's in his 20s. And then I'm like, man, this guy's like, he's got it.
Mm-hmm.
If I can pass to him one piece of knowledge,
Yeah.
just one, it would be jujitsu.
Oh hell yeah.
I says, because I feel like it's not just going to physically make him stronger,
Right.
but mentally it's going to better his life.
Mm.
And that's how I'm seeing it, because he's
Yeah.
already miles ahead of his class.
Yeah.
Like, if you take any other guys around his age,
Yeah.
and I say this because I've been watching this kid
Yeah.
for a while. If you take anybody around his age and you put him beside him,
Mm-hmm.
on how he thinks, on how he approaches life, on how
Yeah.
he's very structured. So I'm
Interesting.
like, and if I can fit this structure of jiu-jitsu into his life,
Yeah.
this
Everything
is-
else grows.
everything else, man, his financial gains are going to
Mm-hmm.
grow heavy.
Yeah.
He's going to have appreciation on different styles
Mm-hmm.
of life, on how to, you know, even talk to people, how to approach it different, have more confidence in how he walks through life. I was like, yo, man. So now when I'm seeing new white belts come in and I see this glimpse of, like, you know, when they see something, they're like, huh? And then, you know, some
Yeah.
people just don't have it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
Yeah,
not
it
the
happens.
dog on everybody. Like, the
No.
people that, it's just not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, find
reality,
something
yeah.
that, it's reality. It's not for everybody. So find something that you truly love and try to excel into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that I discovered it before end of life, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, for me, it's
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and
Yeah.
and like the club being around the guys,
Mm-hmm.
the weightlifting, the everything that has to go with it.
Yeah.
That makes me happy inside. That makes
yeah.
me who I am. So when he discovered this,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I brought somebody over.
Yeah. I can do this.
Yes.
Sick.
So like now that he's sticking with it, and then
Yeah.
he met your buddy Dev,
Yeah.
and it's going through, I'm like, yo, man, this is just a starting.
Mm-hmm.
These are it's almost like the up and coming.
Yeah.
Like the seedlings that you planted that into them.
Yeah, dude.
And then you
Yeah.
can see it now grow, like, and then you're like, yeah, man, like, I made this happen
Yeah.
for you. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're
Yeah.
doing great. Like,
Man, it's so. Who was your like? Who did that for you? Like, who was a purple, brown, or black belt that did that for you?
who instilled that into me?
Yeah, like, well, jiu-jitsu specifically. Yeah.
Mitch,
Yeah.
by far.
Nice.
That guy there, man,
Yeah.
is nothing but love and respect for that man. He instilled all the good parts that I needed in my life, the
Yeah.
structure that I need. Because, man, before I met him, I was all over the place, man.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
was doing all kinds of stupid shit. I was doing, you know,
Yeah.
not being a nice person,
Yeah.
not being who I should have been my whole
Right.
life. So when I first met him, and I met him through Brooke, because she started training with him,
Mhm.
man, my man, like, instilled, like good general knowledge into me. Like, it
Mhm.
was like, yo, you need to do this, you need to,
Yeah.
you know, start thinking of this, man, like, start doing this, right?
Mm,
And then start taking care of yourself, you know,
Yeah.
like, you got a kid, you know, if you got to start taking care of your health, you want to be around longer for him, you want to
Makes
give him
sense.
this right stuff, right? So, like, just being around him, Monkey too, man.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because when I met Mitch brought me to the club and then introduced me to Monkey, and then from there, man, my life did a complete turnover.
Mhm.
It was like new outlook on life. Like, it was like, man, I need to start training. I got to start thinking better. I got to start caring more about not just myself, but people around me.
Mhm.
Like, cause before, man, like going through construction and stuff, man, you meet all kinds of characters.
Oh yeah.
And there's like
Oh, yeah.
some mornings, man, you show up and then it's like, it's just hostile. Like, I feel like construction is just a hostile environment. Period.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was like some people just like grow up, you know, like and then they had a bad like life growing up, and then they bring that to work every day, and then it just like it makes you feel a different way, and it makes you feel, you know, and then like I just didn't have that output. I didn't have a place to bring every bad thought, every dark thing. I just like I kept it bottled inside, and it just makes you a shitty person.
It's crazy.
Then when I went there, I was able to, number one, physically train, so it makes you mentally tired, makes you physically tired. So it gives you an out, you know, like you can start sleeping better, you can start doing things, and then talking to them. You know, like, yo man, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't talk to people like this, like, right? You shouldn't do this. You should.
Yeah, you're able to kind of change the course a bit, make the change a little bit.
Like meeting you, like, and then the big thing on this was like, training partners matter. That's what I keep saying. Like your friends and the people that you choose to spend your time with matters. And then I remember answering the call the first day you called.
Oh yeah, it was you. Yeah, that's right. It was you on the phone.
I was answering the things, and then when you called, I was like, yo, what up? You know, and then you're like, hey man, I'm looking to train, and then you came in, and then you were younger than me, you were
piss and vinegar.
Like it was just upbeat, and then from there, the first day, it was like we struck that friendship, and I was like, man, there's something with this guy.
Hell yeah.
I was like, he's got it going on, you know, he's got a cool head on his shoulders, he brings in good vibes, he's, you know, he's easy to talk to, he's, right? And then from there we grew with the friendship, and then like 8 years later, man, like we're still good homeboy. I reach out when I, you know, just need to talk or anything. So like, that's what I mean by like
every Sunday.
The people that you surround yourself with, man.
No, it's huge.
It's huge.
Absolutely huge. It's cool too when I look back on it a bit and do a bit of like mildly reflect on that. What's interesting is I had a really good jiu-jitsu crew in Ottawa, and I really enjoyed and I'll shout him out to Pablo, because he was very similar, because I had a buddy who trained and was like a 4-stripe white belt, and then went and like did work over the summer in Sudbury, so he trained here and there off and on at Troop for a bit, and then I had worked at a firm in the city when I first came to to Sudbury. But I had been working at the firm for a few months before I started at Troop. But in that process, 2 of the 7 people at that firm at the time, as far as I remember, trained at Sudbury, like at a different unit at Sudbury BJJ. So they were like telling me, they were pitching it to me. So I had that in my ear. And then I was like, oh, well, like how big? And it's like, oh, well, they didn't have a black belt. So I was like, okay, weird. But then my dad worked with a guy who was a blue belt at Troop, and then also my buddy who was like a 4-stripe or 3-stripe white belt, whatever, at the time, was like, who had worked in Sudbury, was like, I messaged him, I was like, bro, where'd you train? He's like, yo, I trained at Troop. So I'm like, okay, I had 2 people now, completely different walks of my life, to like my dad's buddy, and then I had my buddy from like South America, and I met in Ottawa, was like, who I trained with, was like, so I respect his word on it, and he was like, dude, Monkey's like very similar to Pablo, where it's like same vibe, same energy, same like 4-hour answer to a 2-second question, right? Like, and you're like, I learned so much in this 20 minutes. Like, what do you say? And like, they'll stop, and like the end of class will be all the same. It's like, there's the bow, there's like a takeaway from the class. It'd be like something like, skills are perishable. If you don't use them, you lose them. Anything how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so I'm adopting those phrases from like Pablo, and the different ones, like those ones specifically are from Monkey, but all like, it's the same exact style, just different place. And so I'm like, oh, where it's like, it's a no BS. We're not being soft about this. We're not pussyfooting around, learning all this stuff. It's like, do it right. Don't do it at all. Like, aim high and miss.
So Monkey has a saying.
Yeah.
You know how people on the mats say this all the time, and he'll catch them and he'll be like, hey man, so you know how people say it is what it is.
As soon as you said it, I
but
was like,
then he turns around and he tells us all the time, it's not. It is what you make of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yeah.
And that
as soon as you said
knowledge
it, I was like, I know exactly
that he inputs into you. So that once again goes over by giving up.
Hell yeah.
You know, it is what it is. It's dark. I'm going to give up.
Yeah.
No. It is what you make of it.
Yeah.
The moment that you're in right now, you can physically change this. You can change the way you think. You
Yeah.
can move forward. You can battle through this. You cannot give up. You cannot. So, you know, when you hear it is what it is, and every time I hear somebody say it,
I'm
I
like,
wait.
where's the correction?
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for this correction to happen, and then he'll always say, no,
No, it's not.
it is what you make of it.
That's
and then I was
crazy,
like,
yeah.
that is
You're damn right.
probably the best knowledge I think that man's ever handed down to everybody that's ever been on the mat. It is what you want it to be, not what it is right now.
Yeah.
So that to me, it like, man, I'll hand that knowledge down to a lot of people. It's not
You'll never train again, Cory. It is what it is. What?
right. So that could happen. I could have been like easily been like, oh, you're never gonna train. Oh, it is what
No.
it is. So like, I'm just gonna give up right now. I'm gonna do home,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna, I'm gonna put on all this weight. I'm gonna eat bad food. I'm just gonna give up. I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna. No, it is what you make of it.
Yeah.
So I took that, and I was like, fuck, you're gonna tell me this. I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy's not average, and I'm
No
not
chance.
just gonna sit
Yeah.
there and it's not. It is what it is. I'm gonna work through it, and then 2 months later. So at first they were like, oh, it's gonna be like you're gonna be over a year out. You're not gonna be able to
A
do
while,
physical
yeah.
things. You're not gonna be. Dude, I was back on the mats drilling 2.5 months after
Yeah.
my stroke and everything. 2.5 months. I wasn't getting choked, but I was
Yeah.
repping out some of the drills slowly.
Slowly, just
And
to be
it
clear,
like I wasn't, it wasn't something like I was like, oh, I was a meathead and jump right back into
God,
it.
no.
And it wasn't anything like that. So it was like slowly, I was like inputting myself, listening on the side of mats, listening to the knowledge I was passing out, doing this, doing that, just a slow baby steps, slow baby steps until I got back to, okay, now I had my last CT scan. It's 100% healed.
Hell yeah.
It's thicker where it ripped. Like, because when you cut yourself, you scab and it gets
Yep.
thicker. So it's thicker where it happened. But it's 100% healed. So now, like, I've been getting pressure put on my neck. I've been training. And then 8 or 9 months later, October, I don't know, what's that, 9 months? Almost
Yeah.
8 months? Anyways,
Yeah, about that.
now to where I'm at now. And I'm ready to compete by July.
Yeah.
Like, July is my first Compass Purple Belt.
Sick.
And
yeah.
I'm super excited, and I feel like I've been putting quite a bit of time on the mats. I've been doing the right things. I've been talking to the right people. I've been training smart now. I'm not pushing through injuries.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm sore, like there's like, hey, now I need to stop and correct this. It's not just being a young, naive, like, yo, train through your pain. It's okay. No, stop, correct it, fix it, move forward.
Yeah.
And then that is, once again, the team that you surround yourself with draws you to, think smart, doing things. You're getting older. You're not always going to be right. So I'm just blessed, man. Blessed for the friends that I have, the relationship that I built, my rock by my side.
Hell yeah.
My guys, if it wasn't for Brookman, I'd.
Yeah. Different outcome, different place.
Dude, she's just so positive in my life.
Yeah.
She's a big part of what I do. I look up to her. I look forward to, spending some time with her.
Hell
and
yeah,
then
man.
being on the mat, sharing friendships, sharing
Yeah.
conversations on the mat now. So from that injury,
Yeah.
I live day to day. You know how when people are like, if I give you $1 million tomorrow, would you take it?
Yeah. But you die.
But you die.
Yeah.
Would you still take it?
It's like, well, no, obviously, right?
Then your life's worth more than any type of money.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody.
crazy.
And it's corny to say it, but like
Yeah.
for real though.
Yeah, if I
Like
give
you
you $1
could be
million
given
now.
an amount of money, but by tomorrow morning, you're done. Your life is done. Would you still take that money? And a lot of people be like, yeah, I would do. No, I
No,
would
you
never.
wouldn't. Yeah,
There's
never.
no money out there in the world that I would take to be able to miss life, to have the laughters of friendship on the mats, to doing things off the mats, to going to work. Man, going to work now, an appreciation of different work. Like when I go to work back in the day, I used to hate waking up in the morning, putting my feet in those boots, going and be like, when you
Sucks,
breathe like that every day, you're like, fuck, my life's in a rut. It sucks. After that injury, my dude, I was like, man, I got another day of work. I get to go and train.
That's
I get to
awesome.
go for breakfast with my son. I get to talk to Monkey. I get to chill with Mitch.
Yeah.
I get to have a laugh with Glenn. Like every day now when I wake up, it's like, what's
so much
what's
shit
today?
to look forward to. Yeah.
Yeah, man, what's today? So like you're gonna
Hell
have some
yeah.
bad news through your life. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong. I'm not saying life is like I'm walking on fucking rainbows and clouds
Yeah.
now, But I'm just saying, like, I have a new outlook on life. Like, I'm enjoying life more now than I was when I was my 20s. And I wish I would have heard the older me tell me this when I was 20. Like, slow down.
Yeah.
You know, like, start enjoying life. Stop being so stressed. You can't, and this is, once again, it's another cliche. It's so stupid to say, but you can't stress over the stuff you can't control.
Yeah, it's important though.
That's what I try. And then a lot of people overthink, my guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, yo, you know, you can't control that, but they're stressing out over something that they don't. I don't control the way you think about me.
Right.
I don't control what that person think of me either.
Yeah. It's none of our business.
Social media, and then there's another thing too that changed.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Social media.
Yeah.
So you know I don't have any social media.
Yeah.
I had social media once. It was Instagram. And what is on social media, and I'll say this to everybody with a straight face, is fake. Social media is designed to make you believe things that are not really real.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say.
It's like an exaggerated version of what is.
Who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're always trying to, okay, you're going to make a post, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're always trying to capture that perfect picture.
Sure.
You're trying to capture the winning moments.
Right.
You're trying to, but everybody's social pages are like, it's just an up and up and up and up and up, and up, right? And then when you're down and you see this and you see how everybody's up, it makes you feel like you're losing life every single day. But what realistically is happening in the background is these people that are taking these pics or they're posted nothing but great things, they're having struggles too, man.
Yeah.
They all struggle, but you only see the good in on that shit, right? So social media is designed, to me, to keep people down.
Yeah.
It's weird to say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't have it. I don't have social media. I don't have time. I live in the moment.
Yeah.
I don't have time to live, you know, to worry about, oh, this person liked me. How many likes am I going to get? Is this a perfect picture? Is this...
Yeah.
I live in the moment right now.
With social media, I actually log out of my personal Instagram, except when I need to do like a collaboration post for like the podcast with the guests. So I'll use it, and then after like the day of being logged in, log out. So it's like log in to post. So like with the MC gig with the fishing tour, go logged in, accept the collaborate, share a couple buddy stuff, and then pull it off of it.
Bro, by the way,
that's it.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it. It's crazy.
That's gonna be cool to
Yeah,
see.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure. It's gonna be live streamed, which would be sick. And then it's
Bro, I'm looking forward to
fun.
seeing it.
Yeah, I appreciate
It's
it.
gonna
It'll be a lot of fun.
It's probably one of your first roles to be an MC, I think, like this.
I had one that was like last second at like 5 Cent City the other summer, but that was like I was thrown in, and this is the first one where it's like it's just me.
Like it's planned. It's like
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a live stream. It's weighed in or for weigh-ins of the tour, which will be absolutely insane. And then it'll be what's nice is it's not an all day thing too. It's like show up mid-afternoon, like at 3. Weigh-ins are at 4, and then they're probably like 2 hours, and then on
it's
Saturdays and Sundays.
Good experience. You're gonna see. You're gonna meet a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm so excited to meet people too. A buddy Cole King messaged me and was like, "Dude, so and so is gonna be doing the tournament. It's like his dad or stepdad and mom and something, or stepmom and dad and stuff." And I was like, "What?" So it was weird to see. I was like, "Oh, cool." It's just a very niche group of people, and I think it's absolutely like epic. So I appreciate it. I'm nervous but excited, and it's talking on a microphone, so it's funny. Because it's like it's not that bad, but then you put it in front of a bunch of people, it's on the spot. You have things you need to hit and quotas, like you need to make sure you mention sponsors. That's always the biggest thing. If you ever go to MC, don't ever forget sponsors.
They're upset.
Yeah,
obviously you forgot to say their names or
right. It's
and
like you're paying
part
off.
of the
and like doing everything they can.
But dude,
so.
do it. I'm gonna
be
say you're definitely gonna probably make mistakes.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting
But this is how you're probably going to grow to be a better MC.
100%.
You're going to grow into,
it's gonna help
once
this,
again,
it's gonna help that.
experiencing something that you've never experienced before.
Yeah.
And that'll show you who
Very
you are.
different.
If you like it, and you can grow from it. And if you don't, then it's not for you.
That's it. Yeah.
So, but not to not have that experience.
Yeah.
And been like, man, I wish I would have done
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
Just
you
out of
could
fear.
easily be like, yeah, out of fear. Like you fear that you're gonna look silly, or you
Yeah,
feel
gonna
that
mess
you're
up,
gonna.
stutter.
And a lot of people don't do things in life because of fear. Like
Right.
don't.
I'm too scared. So I'm
Don't
not
be
gonna do
afraid
it,
of living life. Live life. You only got
Hell yeah.
one. Live it to the fullest. Try to do everything you can possibly can.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do and not what other people want to
Yeah.
do. This is all life lessons that were dragged down to me through now,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to pass it on to the younger guys. I wish I would had a mentor when I was younger to tell me these things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hell yeah.
it's grateful that I met my mentor when I was a few of them when I was in my 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, and then like I said, social media once again, it's not a great thing. It's good to promote stuff and
Mhm.
do things like
Yeah,
that,
and connect.
but to promote your actual life onto it,
Tough.
it's tough.
It doesn't.
Because a lot of
yeah.
people will try to shun you out, like, or
Mhm.
try to say things to make you feel different because they're in a bad spot.
Yeah, man.
So,
It's easier to do.
and then people listen to everything on social media.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have it.
It's smart. I definitely am way less anxious since doing it. More
Right.
relaxed. Everything's more calm. You know what the craziest thing, dude, that I've noticed? Of all the things that I've been able to see since like always signing out and rarely been on it, in the last little while is everywhere I look now, I never knew how bad it was, like how addicted people were. I'm not sure if you notice that. You put your phone down, you look up, everybody else is looking down. But you never noticed it before because you're one of them. And you pop your head up and you're like, whoa.
Do you know what's
Everybody's always on it.
scared me the most?
Freaky. What was that?
So
Screen
your
time?
phone tells you your screen time. And I was
How
like,
bad was it? Do you remember?
Oh my god, I'm spending this amount of hours looking at other
Like
people's,
other people's.
like fake lives.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at pure nonsense for like 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
5 hours a day. I was like, man, in 5 hours, I can easily get 1 hour on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I can get 1 hour
You can
having a
sleep.
great conversation with my
Yeah.
parents, my siblings, my friends, I could do all that.
Insane.
I can do all my laundry. I can cut the grass. I can do.
So
Do you get
much
what I'm
stuff
saying?
you
There's
can
so
do,
much
yeah.
more shit
It's crazy.
I can do per day
Yeah,
with that
bro.
extra 5 hours, but I spent it scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird how
Yeah.
addicting it gets,
It's
because like
freaky.
it's like you're bored, right? You got
Yeah.
5 seconds. The first thing you do is you pop out your phone. It's in your hand. You're going to these magical little apps that you guys on your
Mhm.
phone, and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll.
Into what? Like to get what
What
out
do
of it?
you? That's what I'm saying.
What
so
type
out
of
of
release
that,
you want? Like, it's not gonna happen.
and it only 90% of the time it makes you feel like shit.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you see things or you see bad things, and you're like,
Makes you feel
"Ah."
lazy, bro. Like I'm not working hard enough. I'm not training hard enough. I'm not as successful in
Yeah.
this as I need to be. And it's just everybody who's doing better than you flooded. Because it's always people that are doing better than you in what you want to do. It's only people with better, more like impactful podcasts. It's everybody like I'll get bronze or silver or I'll win a smaller tournament, and then all these people are winning big tournaments, and I'm like, what are we doing? It just
Right?
makes you feel smaller. I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm like, every technique I'll watch and you think you're learning, but then you're like, I'm not gonna drill that. Oh, I saw this video. It's not really gonna help. Like sometimes, yeah, you could share it and drill it here and there. If it works, fine. But small examples, right? So it's
That's what I
absolutely
said.
crazy.
Live in the moment.
Yeah.
Don't live on apps.
Yeah.
Promote yourself if you're
Sure.
promote yourself properly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't have social media. It's the worst thing alive. No,
Right.
it's great for certain things.
Yeah, if you're smart about it, for sure.
But if it's your everyday life and that you're not promoting
Yeah.
shit and you're just scrolling and taking 1,000 selfies a day and posting selfies
Yeah.
nonstop, that's cry for attentions.
Yeah.
So if you're constantly posting selfies, the people around you that are liking these pictures should actually take 5 minutes instead of liking your picture and sit down and have an actual conversation with you.
Yeah, facts.
Because there's a reason why you're doing these type of things.
Yeah.
And you're not promoting anything, but you're promoting like, hey, like, you know.
Yeah, whatever you could be doing. Man,
Yeah, man.
sad. Do you have, to kind of conclude for us today, bro, do you have a, we've touched on a lot of things. Do you have like one phrase or lesson or sentence or thing you want to kind of say to like put the nail on the coffin, exclamation point on what we
Once
talked
again,
about today?
it's from a man that handed me the greatest knowledge.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It is not. It is what it is. It's not. It is what you make of it. Spend your life doing things you want, not accepting defeat. So when people tell you, oh man, it is what it is, it is what you make of it. And that's what I'd like to leave to everybody.
Sick. I love it. I love it. I have nothing but love and appreciation for you, bro. I wouldn't be as good of a jiu-jitsu practitioner or grown-ass young man as I am if it weren't for you. So I appreciate you doing this conversation, and I appreciate the hell of you, man. Thank you very much, brother. Right on. That's it.